Hello Aquarius, how are you today? So I am quite interested to get into your reading. I'm going to put a trigger warning out there early on. A lot of what's coming through is very, very good, but we're going to get into something. You may get a telling off again, I'm not quite sure, or it may be somebody that you're dealing with. It's about gender identity, so heads up for that if that's triggering for you. It's thought-provoking though, and it's interesting, and it's important to have these discussions, I feel. So we'll see what happens when we get into it. You can see that the cards are already talking, so I'm quite we're probably going to have chatty cards today. It might be a long reading, so go and get your coffee, your popcorn, whatever it is you need. So the first messages that started to come through as I tuned into your energy were drink more water, look after your health, check on, particularly if you need to take iron supplements, or check your iron levels, your vitamin, B12 and things like that, especially if you're feeling very, very fatigued. It could be something to do with that, so maybe go and get a blood check if that's something that's available to you. It's worth catching things early as well, especially if it's something that's quite a quick fix, like just taking regular iron supplements. So there could be something there for you as well. Sorry, they're just giving me a little bit more now, which makes a lot of sense, because they were giving me like babies and things, which I'll mention in a second. But if you are female as well, again, that's coming up. If you're female and your body does what female bodies do, that's also particularly something to be aware of, that the blood loss may mean that you need that regular iron top up, but men can need things like vitamin B something as well, so do be aware of that. Could be some sort of Virgo involved. Virgo is quite health conscious as a sign. They tend to be the sign associated with medicine quite a lot, so could definitely be something there. Could be somebody who's a bit of a hypochondriac as well, so just to be aware of those things. So I was getting babies. Babies. I was going through my own Libra keeps getting this message to clear out the clutter, and I'm on it, universe. Listen, I'm on it. And I found a bag of baby clothes, and I got really broody. And then when I was kind of deciding how to do my nails today, I've gone for these kind of like baby colours, like blue and pink, definitely tying into your reading. I can see what's going on now. I didn't at the time, obviously. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, things come in a certain order. But yeah, so somebody could be having a baby, perhaps finding out the sex of the baby. I can't spoil it, I literally do not know, but the nail varnish, the blue opened really easily and the pink wouldn't open for me. I've already messed it up, so I don't know, there's a message in there for somebody, right? So it's funny. Sorry, the blue opened and the pink didn't open. That's the way around. So there's definitely something going on with gender in your reading today. Again, going to come back to that. So one of the songs that I channeled for you was Be My Baby by, I don't know who it's by, but it's from Dirty Dancing. Be my little baby. So maybe you're asking someone to be a baby, I don't know. They're giving me the word daddy, so I'm just going to throw that out there and move swiftly on. And they gave me 500 miles as well. I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked it. I love that song. I know it's like very Marmite. Some people love it, some people hate it. I love that song. I love singing it. Somebody could be coming to see you. I overheard a conversation. I hope my neighbours don't mind me talking about this, but I got a message through, somebody could be all bark and no bite. Take that if you will. Then I got one hiccup. I never get hiccups, very, very rarely, like not even once a year, and I hate them because when I get them, they're really, really severe. So for me to just have one hiccup, like, that is very unusual. Like a single hiccup. So somebody out there could have hiccups, could be getting hiccups a lot. Maybe some excited for something, it's giving you hiccups. The song that randomised for you first, as I was setting up, was Lonely Together, the acoustic version by Avicii or Avicii and Rita. So some of the things that stood out there: it's my head on my heart, and I'm caught in the middle. It was kind of giving me Eight of Swords vibes. If you know the Eight of Swords card in the tarot, it's somebody who's stuck in their own head. They need to use their intuition to navigate out of a situation where they feel very stuck. So it's my head on my heart, and I'm caught in the middle. So logic or, you know, emotions, which is going to win. But then she says, my hands are tied but not tight enough, which again with the Seven of Swords card, you know, normally the depiction is somebody's hands are tied but not tight enough. So I feel like the heart is going to win out in this situation. I've made the note, heart overrides head. And then she says, I'm on my way tonight. I might hate myself tomorrow, but I'm on my way tonight. So somebody could definitely be travelling to see somebody with that 500 miles song as well. If you don't want to have a baby, make sure you use contraception, guys. The other song that randomised for your reading was What It Feels Like for a Girl by Madonna. Now this is where the trigger warning comes in, I feel. So she says, the opening to that song is, girls can wear jeans, cut their hair short, wear shirts and boots, because it's okay to be a boy. But for a boy to look like a girl is degrading, because you think that being a girl is degrading, but secretly you'd love to know what it's like, wouldn't you? What it feels like for a girl. So obviously it's Madonna song, it's going to be a little bit provocative, a little bit controversial, you know, that's intentional. She does this to break down boundaries. I love Madonna. I think she's an absolute force to be reckoned with. I just think she's brilliant how she creates these controversies which gets people talking, and I think that's very important for people to talk about things, to analyze their own thoughts and ideas about why they think certain things. It's like, oh, do I think that being a girl is degrading? It's making me think that I had this conversation with somebody this week myself about how it's kind of not okay to be a girl anymore. You know, if you look at teens, they turn their nose up at things like Barbies, anything that's like traditionally girly, I see more with the teens today. I see more of a leaning towards being more boy-like, even in that kind of androgynous area. It tends to be a rejection of the feminine, and I think there's a rising of the empowerment of the feminine, and Madonna is a particularly empowered feminine. Obviously there's this kind of like pushback from the patriarchy when you get people like Madonna or any of these, Miley Cyrus, or anyone who's particularly provocative as a woman. You know, there is it upsets people, it upsets the patriarchy. You know, you get these old men on Sky News going, oh, she should put some clothes on, she should find a nice man and settle down and have babies. So there's definitely something coming through here with stereotypical roles. Obviously everybody's welcome here. This is you know, there's something about making space as well that's coming through, and this is me making space for you guys. I'm not saying that anything is right or wrong here, I'm just talking to you about the messages that are coming through. So it could be that somebody is transitioning, it could be that somebody's rethinking gender roles, it could be a lot of things. So yeah, do go and listen to that song, look up the lyrics, because I think there's a lot to unpack and think about there. It could be that you are dealing with somebody who is more of that kind of Hierophant figure. This represents society, you know, fathers, the patriarchy, the system that we're in, the rules, the culture that we inherit. So there could be something here that's quite binding for somebody. Yeah, I think that's all my notes here. Yeah, that's all my notes. So I'll move to what I'm seeing with the cards. So quite a lot came out from the Tarot de la Nuit already. So I've got the Two of Wands, somebody making some sort of decision here. Two pathways opening up for somebody. Do I go left? Do I go right? The Death card has come out in reverse. So there's something that hasn't ended that should have ended. So it could be that somebody is resisting an ending, resisting change. Sticking with something that isn't working for them anymore is usually the Death in reverse. And then we go into the Hierophant card, which again is like the patriarchy, the system, the rules, the things that bind us. you know, traditional belief systems, if you like. And there's nothing wrong with this. You know, everything has positive and shadow energy. So for a lot of people, things like the church, you know, the God, religion, governments, you know, these things can do a lot of good for a lot of people. They create order, they create a sense of belonging. So I hope you can see these okay. I don't want to keep on getting up and down with my new little setup, so if I hold it about there you can probably see it quite well. So yeah, it's yeah, you could be dealing with somebody who's kind of an authority figure, or some kind of governing body, or just dealing with traditional belief systems. But there's something here that should have ended. It hasn't ended. The system is still in place, and somebody is in 9 of Wands energy. So this is the Wounded Warrior card. I talk about this quite often because the lovely thing about the Wounded Warrior is it leads to Emperor energy, which I'll come to again in a minute. So this is somebody who is persevering. They every time they get knocked down, they pick themselves back up. It's a survivor's card. It's the person who, although they're very, very burdened, although they've been dealing with something for a very long time, it's actually making them stronger. It's giving them more and more perseverance. The 9 of Wands as well talks about almost getting to the finish line, right? Almost being at the end of some sort of cycle or journey. But it looks like that there's something that, some kind of situation. Now it could be a relationship, it could be some kind of work environment, it could be a family situation. There's something that should have ended a long time ago. Somebody resisted the ending, stuck with the patriarchy, stuck with the system, and they're getting this Wounded Warrior energy now because of it. So then we go down into, I should say that this is Scorpio, this is Taurus. Then we go into the bottom row. The energies here are Cancer, a lot of sword energy, so any air sign. The Sun card is Leo. King of Cups would again traditionally be Scorpio, but it could be any water sign, doesn't have to be, and Sagittarius. Now it doesn't have to be any of these signs, it's just the energy playing out. It could be the planets doing something in your chart right now, okay? So don't worry if, you know, the signs that you want to hear aren't on the table. So we're going to the Chariot energy. So this is somebody taking control of their own life, really kind of like taking the reins. Now again, it's so interesting. I am desperate to do the Capricorn reading. I've been getting messages for them since I did that last Capricorn reading, and there's a whole thing playing out, and I haven't done their reading yet. It's going to be the last reading that I do because I'm recording this on Wednesday, and it's tradition now that I do Capricorn readings on Thursdays, so they're actually going to end up being the last reading that I do this week. And it's driving me crazy because I just want to do Capricorn's reading. But it's so funny because it's like, for me it's yet to come, but for you it's yesterday. So something funny going on there. But this is again like relating back to that Cappy reading that I haven't done yet, but I did yesterday because time's weird. But yeah, it's taking the lead of your own life. Bringing the different aspects of yourself into alignment so you can move forward with a huge amount of intention, which is really interesting with what we have here, again leading into Emperor energy. This comes with a huge amount of stress, a huge amount of I'm hearing dissatisfaction, which is interesting. Perhaps dissatisfaction with the way your life has look, you've got the 9 of Wands twice, you know, it's like it could be something to do with success as well. Maybe like feeling like the door to your success has been closed. You know, you've been putting up with something for a long time, something that's unfair. I'm hearing unfair system, discrimination for some of you, you know, wanting success but not being able to get it. So you've got a sense of dissatisfaction. You know that this whatever this is, it has to end. You know, you have to reach the finish line. But with this ending, you are stressed about it. The Cancerian energy holds on as well. And Cancerian energy is like resist change. They like the comfort zone. But the point of the Chariot card is that you take ownership of your own life. So yeah, doing this is I feel like it's going to rock the boat. So this is where the stress and anxiety and possibly even things like depression come in, because it's hard, it's stressful. but the ending does come in. I feel like somebody has to betray somebody, or they feel like they have to betray somebody in order to get that closure, to get that ending, to move on from whatever this is, because you've got the two difficult tens. You've got the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Swords is like the stabbing in the back card. It's the Caesar card, painful ending, but it's a complete ending. It's kind of like, what's done is done, there's no going back. And you've got the Ten of Wands, which is kind of like my Joan of Arc card. It comes with a little bit of a feeling of being very heavily burdened for a long time, but you're going to be able to put those burdens down soon. So something is coming to an end. And the good thing about this, I mean, I know it's stressful, right? I know it's stressful because you're going into the painful ending, you're going into the martyr energy, but after the martyr energy you get the Sun, which is the happiest card in the deck. It's complete freedom, the ability to be who you really are, to stand in the limelight, confident, strong, proud of yourself. I think things could be revealed. There's this feeling of like coming out of the cocoon, right, with the red here on the skirt. It's like this revealed energy. So freedom, clarity. It's almost like the Fool card as well, like a fresh start, because you've got all these endings, this thing that has to end. You know, you've got the best card that you could possibly get out of the tarot. Once this cycle is closed, once this painful ending is realized and actioned, this then leads into the King of Cups. Now this is very, very emotionally balanced. This is like full control of your own emotions, and it's not somebody who doesn't feel. The King of Cups feels very, very deeply, but they're not a fool. They feel what they feel, they think about it, they come to terms with it, and they know what to do with that energy. So very mature, very, very emotionally mature, very loving, very nurturing, very kind. And then we have Temperance, this lovely balancing out of fire and water, which symbolises emotion and passion. So somebody's getting very, very balanced, very, very temperate here. Huge amount of emotional control with this. Really, really kind of harnessing their emotions, their passions. They've got a really good rein on their own, on their feelings, right? On their feelings, on their passions. So very, very good, patient, balanced energy. And now we wait, which is kind of like the message that keeps coming through this week. And now we wait. So closing out this chapter, painful ending, huge amount of anxiety over it, but somebody is taking the lead in their own life to be who they want to be. And that is actually bringing them in again, as if we haven't seen these cards enough. Like the Emperor will not get out of my readings right now. The Emperor is in every single reading that I do, on camera and off camera, it feels like. So we've got the Emperor, somebody who's making that decision based on their heart space. They know their truth, very, very mature, and they become the Emperor because they've been through this Nine of Wands energy. They've faced the painful endings. They've grown. Their soul has grown through this journey. So yeah, going into Emperor energy, which is fabulous. And then you've got on the underline of this deck again this Stag Spirit card, which I talk about the stags representing the Emperor for me. Take the lead. Aquarius, Capricorn, take the lead. How many times do you need to be told this? It comes out every reading recently. So it came out for you, it came out for Capricorn, it even came out in one of my favourite readers' readings, Awakening to Spirit. She got pulled this for Cappy as well. So take the lead, but be playful with it and be peaceful with it. Again, with that Libran Emperor who is going to make an appearance in Capricorn's reading tomorrow for me, yesterday for you, because wibbly wobbly timey wimey. But yeah, really, really nice. Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between. Cat Spirit, claim your independence. Bat Spirit, a rebirth is assured. Time to collaborate. Eagle Spirit, Spirit has your back. You're getting very good cards, but you have to face your fears. This feels like facing your fears. It's scary to take the lead. It's scary to take control. It's scary to take action to close out things that you know possibly going to hurt other people. But by not closing it out, you're being kept in a space where you're being kept perpetually in Nine of Wands energy. And that is a very difficult space to be in without any kind of like ending in sight. So you may have to take the lead in order to end a situation that you know has to end. use your own initiative, use your own knowing of your own situation to figure out if this is the right advice for you. Obviously, don't take this advice if you think that it doesn't feel right. You know, trust your own feelings, but that is what we're getting through there. So I am just going to pause for a minute. I'm going to shuffle all these decks, and we'll actually pull you the cards on camera. We'll do your proper reading. So back with you in a minute, Aquarius. Back again for a second. You won't believe this, but the Star and the Empress has fallen out. I was thinking again about that Madonna song as I was shuffling this deck. You think that being a girl is degrading, but secretly you'd love to know what it's like, wouldn't you? So make of that what you will. The Star card is your card, Aquarius. It talks about healing. It talks about following dreams and wishes. The Empress is the Divine Feminine card. So whatever that means to you guys. So the real reason why I paused there was because an Amazon driver came and delivered hopefully my new tarot card pack, which I bought on the in a Prime flash sale. Yeah, work your light oracle cards. So I'll use these for your reading. Look at you getting a fresh, brand new virginal deck, Aquarius. I'm sorry, I'm in a mood. But yeah, he parked outside for quite a while, and I feel like he must have overheard me doing the reading, and he must have got a bit curious. So I hope he took something helpful from what I was saying. It's just funny to me. I think he's gone now. But yeah, I do want to emphasise, I say guys a lot. When I use the term guys, I don't mean to exclude people. To me, the word guys is like mates, friends. So to me, it's a gender neutral term. I just want you to know that if I say guys, to me it's gender neutral. I'm not trying to kind of like make anyone uncomfortable or anything like that. Just so you're aware. I've said it all my life, and it's quite hard to kind of change things. Again, with that kind of Hierophant energy, but yeah, I don't mean just, I'm not doing this reading just for men or anything, just for men. Maybe somebody's using just for men. That was one thing I wanted to say. And yeah, again, the other thing is I don't set anything up in my readings. Everything that comes through is genuinely the way it comes through to me. The only thing I will ever do is sometimes I'll hold things back if I feel like anything is really personal to a specific person. Sometimes it just comes out and I think afterwards, oh my goodness, I know exactly who that was for. Sometimes I feel like I have a good idea of what of who is being talked about in readings, but I say it anyway because it's meant to come through, and I assume if you're watching my readings you're finding them helpful. Because I'm the oracle, guys. If you don't want me to pick up on your energy, then stop watching my readings and I won't be able to read your energy anymore. I'm reading for the people who come to the readings. So yeah, I try not to make things, it is meant to be a general reading, I try not to make things too personal. But I also want to be helpful, so I assume if you're coming to my readings you're finding them helpful. It's giving you food for thought. I'm definitely not trying to call anyone out or anything like that. Sometimes I say things and it's like, it's not my honest feelings. I'm channeling the energies that are affecting the reading, and it may not be your personal thoughts, but maybe somebody that you're dealing with has certain thoughts. So just things to be aware of, right? So can I get a card for Aquarius, please? Can I get in a card? They're saying the end of the reading, so I guess this is going to be your advice. Oh, chopped it into 4 as well. Right, we'll go to that at the end then. Aquarius. I'm still recording. I am still recording. Oh, if you see this, by the way, this is just, I was carrying shopping bags. It looks awful. I've only just noticed it, but I was carrying a shopping bag on my arm like this, and it was quite heavy, and I walked home with it. So that's just what that is. It'll fade quite soon, I hope. But yeah, it looks horrible, but it's fine, guys. Just carrying shopping. I can hear a helicopter. I don't know if that's significant to anybody. Right, Aquarius energy. Let's get on with this, because my boss told me my readings are too long. Aquarius energy. Courage again. So Cappy got this, and Sagittarius, I think. Courage. I've seen such a tie-in through different readings. And yeah, Gaia. I'm going to read this one for you as well. So Mother Earth energy, Divine Feminine energy, the Divine Mother energy. You could associate it with, like, if you are particularly religious, you would talk about this being Mother Mary energy. So gorgeous. Why are you so noisy, Sky? Calm down, Sky. All right, let's find out what these cards have to say. So, courage. I am actually going to stand up because my knees hurt. I'm not going to shut the window. Whatever happens in a reading is part of the reading, so I quite like being able to hear the background noises, the street noises. I understand that's not everybody's cup of tea. That's fine. Go and find a different reader. Be brave, stand tall. You've got this. You've got this. I used to say that a lot in my readings. You've got this. And my mum actually bought me a pair of pajamas with "You've got this" written on the top. This beautiful, powerful dragon comes to the fore when we need to be strong, usually on an emotional level. We may need her strength for many life situations. For example, when we have lost a loved one, or we are making huge life changes, and we need was it courage or confidence? Not sure actually. When we need an extra dose of courage. She is there to support you, an anchor to hold on to. She says, you are safe. It's fine to be strong and vulnerable at the same time. That's interesting, isn't it? It's fine to be strong and vulnerable at the same time. You are capable of a great many things, and it's time to acknowledge them and to believe in yourself. Your depth of character is your ally. Your depth of character is your ally. I love that. So the things that make you unique, especially Aquarius, this is very you. The things that make you unique and quirky are actually your strengths, right? It's what makes you interesting. Your depth of character is your ally. Your ability and tenacity are your anchors. Now is the time to own them. Be brave, stand tall, you've got this. You are far braver than you give yourself credit for. If you find your courage failing and your self-doubt taking over, call upon courage until you find your feet. She will guide you through any challenging situation and support your self-belief. It's about identity, isn't it? It really is about identity. Possibly gender identity, right? Definitely getting things through about gender and identity. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is ask. She assures you that everything is exactly as it's supposed to be, even if you are unable to see the bigger picture. Courage is a perfect meditation partner. I love that freedom is the card that follows that. So courage that. Let's read Gaia as well. Gaia. So somebody could be transitioning, perhaps male to female. It's okay for a girl to look like a boy, but for a boy to look like a girl is degrading because somebody thinks that being a girl is degrading. I should tell you what, you say that to this card, right? You know, if you look at like the goddess energy of you know, just look at how Libra's representing in this week of readings. As the Emperor, as Augustus Caesar is the Libran energy coming through, and Libra's ruled by the planet Venus, the divine feminine. So, yeah, just empowered female energy is very, very strong, and that's why the patriarchy always tries to knock it down, right? To belittle it, to undermine it, to weaken it. But it doesn't have to be weak. They're not giving me any specific song, but they're referencing Marina and the Diamonds. Okay. Have courage to stand up for what you believe in your heart to be true. Have courage to stand up for what you believe in your heart to be true. It's funny that it says courage again. I'm so sorry, guys and girls, and she, he, and theys. You know, everybody's welcome. However you want to take that. I'm just going to move. I've got a bag here that's getting in the way with a bit of jewellery on it. If you heard all that. So courage, you've got courage twice. Have courage to stand up for what you believe in your heart to be true. The dragon Gaia is the earth keeper and carries Gaia's ancient knowledge deep within her. She is one of the oldest dragons yet to come to earth. I am the etheric body on your planet. I urge you to protect her and all who dwell upon her. I will guide you. I will guide you into restoring balance. What is done cannot be undone, and alas, some things are gone forever. Have courage to stand up for what you believe in your heart to be true, and I will stand with you. You can be that change. Call upon her support when you are working on a new project and need to anchor its energy fully. You can invoke her wisdom when any form of group work is taking place to anchor the collective vibration to the planet. make use of her grounding energy. That's interesting because in the Cappy reading and Sagittarius reading, I was getting this thing about the Emperor protecting happiness in general, the Emperor protecting the collective happiness. I can hear a cat. She's also here now to help ground the frequencies of the 5th dimension and above, which are coming into our consciousness. She will guide us when we are ready to reignite the light of the Earth's grids. The deep healing this invokes will help Gaia and us as humans to build peace upon Earth and a future that is sustainable. Lovely. And the following card is actually the Divine Feminine card. Interestingly enough, there's no actual card entitled Divine Masculine in this deck, which I think is not great because I think you should have the balance of the two, right? But that could also be meaningful. There is a card that represents the Divine Masculine, but it's not called the Divine Masculine card. Right, okay, so Aquarius, please. What else do we need to know for Aquarius? There we go, True Wisdom. I'm being told to cut the deck, so... Yeah, no? There, right, okay. Healing. Gorgeous. With that lovely rainbow there as well. This very star-like card. It's very much your energy, Aquarius. She's even got like a star pendant on there as well. Now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everybody has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. Definitely you, Aquarius, because you're the star card, which is the healing card. Tree Wisdom. The Tree Dryad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sound it makes. So it could be like something to do with healing music, healing frequencies. You know, there's plenty of apps and YouTube videos that do like healing frequencies, like sound work, that you could go and look up. I can't recommend any, I don't use them, but I have definitely been recommended them on YouTube. You know, whatever works for you, right? Emotionally, I know Capricorn, Knight of Pentacles. So something needs to end here, and you're making slow movement regarding whatever this is. You know this emotionally. I could hear a phone. I was wondering if it was mine, but I don't think it is. Right, emotionally for Aquarius. Thank you. Page of Swords. Oh, you've got 4. Page of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. 2 of Swords on the bottom. So again, this thing about, what was it? It's my head or my heart and I'm caught in the middle. 2 of Swords energy. This is a... Ooh, whoa. Okay. King of Wands really wanted to show himself there. So you may be dealing with somebody who's a little bit... they're in the upright, so they're not bad, but they could definitely be quite bossy, quite pushy, quite forceful. Just to be aware of that. Yeah, okay, so crossroads energy. Some sort of decision that you need to face, or some sort of blockage in your path. Some kind of obstacle. You do have to use your emotions to guide you through this. Otherwise, the swords represent thinking yourself into a blockage, basically. And there's that ending again, the 10 of Wands. So I'm going to leave the King of Wands upright, because we do have a match here now. No wonder the King of Wands wanted to force his way to the front of the deck there, pushing everybody else out of the way, because he's after his Queen of Wands. So take it whichever way. This can even be like a you know, same-sex relationship. It doesn't have to be a man and a woman. The difference is the King of Wands is the person who takes action. It's yang energy. So the more forceful they take action, they go for what they want, but they're also the most mature in terms of being able to hold back. The Queen of Wands is much more expressive and dynamic. She's much more open with the things that she's passionate about. She's you know, always like the center of attention. So slightly different meanings between these two cards beyond the gender, right? So the Queen of Wands is showing up in your emotional space. So whether this is somebody that you are attracted to. The Queen of Wands is magnetic, like it's like sexually magnetic, or even like creative energy, where it's like this person's very dynamic and you want to work with them, you want to be around them. So it doesn't have to necessarily be a love reading. Or it's you are showing as the Queen of Wands, somebody who is emotionally ready to kind of reveal a certain side of yourself, very, very confident, very much proud of who they are, very fiery. I'm hearing balls to the wall, but it's that kind of like, she's incredibly authentic, the Queen of Wands. She is herself and she's proud of who she is, confident, passionate, knows who she is and what she wants to do. So gorgeous energy showing up in your emotional space there. Knight of Pentacles into the Page of Swords, into the Five of Pentacles, into the Queen of Wands. Right, I'm going to come back to that when we pull a few more cards. So what's going on in Aquarius's thoughts, please? What's going on in Aquarius's thoughts? Thank you. Nine of Voices. Yeah, your head is the problem right now, Aquarius. You're overthinking a little bit. Yeah, Three of Voices as well there. Overthinking is causing you heartache. King of Pentacles is showing up. That choice again. Something about not working with other people. There may be somebody, a specific person that you don't want to work with. It could be that somebody's very, very competitive. Somebody... Could be there's some sort of competition here for a King or Queen of Wands. Or you're in competition with a King or Queen of Wands. Or you are the King or Queen of Wands and you're in competition with others. The Seven of Inspiration is competitiveness. It can be like arguments and things as well. Let's get more cards. So, action space, please. Action space. Oh, gorgeous. You've got the Sun card. Happiest card in the deck. Freedom, expansion, creativity, leadership. The Wheel, Page of Swords and Five of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Inspiration. Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Four of Swords. Absolutely stuck in your own head, Aquarius. You're not... There's something, because you've got the Three of Voices and the Four of Swords. The Three of Swords and the Four of Swords here. This is a card about heartbreak. And for me, the specific image on this deck is a card about healing from heartache. So, okay, 1 second. I'm actually just going to pause, just stretch my legs a little bit and interpret this myself, and then we'll come back to it. All right. What I'm seeing here is a bit of a repeat of what we were getting from the cards at the beginning of the reading, where this Knight of Pentacles is trying to end something. They have a scythe. It's the only card that I have. It's the only deck where I have where the Knight of Pentacles is carrying a scythe. So for me, this is somebody who is taking steps towards some sort of ending. But the Knight of Pentacles is very slow, measured steps. It takes a long time for this Knight of Pentacles to do what they need to do. But the reason why is because they're doing it methodically. They're being a bit of a perfectionist, but that actually gives them greater results. It's sort of like the slow and steady wins the race card. So emotionally knowing that you have to take steps towards some sort of ending. But here in your action space, you're still not actioning the ending. I think because you're thinking that there's either going to be some sort of competition, some sort of... it could be a fight. You're thinking there's going to be a fight here. So it's strange because you've got the Sun card going into the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Swords in reverse. So what this looks to me like, the Queen of Pentacles into the Ten of Swords, is that somebody is trying to end a relationship, but they're not doing it. The Queen of Pentacles is the wife card. It can also mean a boss or a mother, but she's normally somebody who's partnered. In the upright, she is a brilliant card. It's Capricorn energy. It's somebody who's very dependable. They really put in the hard work into whatever it is that, you know, whatever situation you find this person in, whether that's a work situation or a family situation. You know, they're very, very dedicated. They know that good things grow over time. So again, this kind of like, I mean, I'd say this is Virgo energy, but this is like earth sign energy, where it's people know that you put the work in, you show that commitment, you show that perseverance attitude, and things grow, things get better. I feel like things didn't get better here for you in your action space. Somebody didn't put the work in. They didn't nurture something. They didn't show up like they should have done. But then that Ten of Swords is that resisting the ending again. It's like coming back. Normally it's somebody walking away, but in the reverse it's like somebody coming back. Could be staying in a relationship, even though in their thoughts they know that there's fighting, they know there's conflict. Again, it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be work, it could be a family situation, it could even be like a friendship group, you know, somebody who's difficult. You're trying to figure out how to turn this wheel of fortune, how to turn things in your favour. You want your luck to come in, you want things to get better, you want things to get moving. Thinking about this is really getting you stuck in your own head with that Nine of Voices card there, which is like, it's almost like you're mentally torturing yourself. Mentally torturing yourself. This could even be internal conflict within your own mind. Very, very conflicted. You are trying to gather information, and again you've got this kind of swords energy. You've got no cups in your emotions. Emotionally, your emotions aren't showing up in your emotion space. You've got no cups at all in this reading. So it's almost as though you have shut off your emotions. You've turned off the tap. You're avoiding feeling. You're being very Aquarius, actually. Aquarius is almost, sometimes it can be an energy of ooh, emotions are for the weak. Emotions are for people who don't have the intelligence to be able to think things through. It's almost like you see emotions as something lower than you, and you know, your analytical mind is on a higher plane. That's not the case. All the different aspects of the self are equal. And what you're actually doing is you're shutting off a source of power for yourself. Yes, emotions and passions can be a weakness, but they can also be very, very powerful. You know, you make a Scorpio angry and see how powerful they are. So you, yeah, you've closed off an aspect of yourself. It's like you feel something, and perhaps you've been taught that those feelings are wrong. Perhaps you've been taught to be more stoic, to have a stiff upper lip, to, you know, not to be a crybaby. And yeah, a part of yourself is kind of shut down. So this is, I think, what you're being encouraged to get back into touch with. You know, the Gaia energy that's showing through, Gaia energy, the you know, the divine feminine, the parts of yourself that perhaps, you know, perhaps you've had some kind of father figure, even a mother, you know, people who tell you not to be a crybaby, to you know, stop being so soft, that kind of thing. Maybe even mocked you for showing love, for showing feelings, for showing passions. And yeah, you've kind of you've gone very stoic, and it's not actually serving you. All it's doing is keeping you stuck and in a place where you literally are mentally torturing yourself. So what's going on? Why are there no cups in this reading? You're trying to gather information, you're trying to think things through, you're trying to be very stoic, you're trying to figure out the logical way of doing this. But all it's doing is leading you into this feeling of being like out in the cold, a sense of loss, a sense of disappointment, a sense of things failing, a sense of not being able to access the things that you want. I feel like what's showing for me at the bottom of this deck is the Three of Cups. You want this, you want happiness, you want to feel like you're part of the group. And all this while that you're torturing yourself, that you feel left out, that you wish your luck had changed, but you're internally battling yourself, refusing to end something that you know clearly has to end, trying to figure out how to do it. You've got this gorgeous Queen of Wands energy here that's just bursting inside your heart space, bursting in your emotional space. So whether this is you, the real you, bursting to come out, strong and confident, or whether this is somebody that you want to move towards but you're prevented from moving towards them. You feel like you're out in the cold because you've shut down your emotions. You're not tapping into that power that you should be tapping into. Why is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Secrets, fears. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse can be jealous. She can be bad with money. She can be greedy. She can only think about money and nothing else. Look at the Fool on the bottom there. This is the leap of faith. This is the new. The leap of faith into the unknown. The leap of faith into your own emotions. The fear of doing so. Ten of Swords in reverse. Why is that there? Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you know that you need to move on. You need to move on to calmer waters. You need to move on to out of choppy emotions. Out of a situation where you're not allowed to feel, because to feel is... So they're playing the Madonna song in my head, but it's not actually the Madonna song. They're giving me different lyrics, which aren't part of the song. Something about confusing. Like the emotions being confusing. You think that emotions are girly. They're giving me because you think that being a girl is confusing. You need to know, you need to explore something. You need to emotionally explore something. It almost feels like, why do I feel, with the King and Queen of Wands, it's like, why do I feel this? And then trying to like logically think yourself out of it, where the real thing to do is feel your way through it. Why do I feel like this? How does this feel? You'd love to know what it's like, wouldn't you? What it feels like. Whatever it is for you, you need to know what it feels like. Emotionally, you know, not maybe sexually, I don't know. Emotionally, there's something that you're drawn to and you're resisting it. You're trying to logically think how to handle this, but the answer, the solution is to feel it. This feels right, this feels wrong, this feels good, this feels bad. This feels healthy, this feels unhealthy. This makes me feel strong, this makes me feel confident, this makes me happy. This makes me feel guilty, this makes me feel... And then look at why. Why do you feel guilty? What's that about, you know? All right. Aquarius. Advice for Aquarius, please. Anyone resonating with this reading right now? Giraffe spirit. See the big picture. Number 29 may be important to somebody. Butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Bring your ideas to life. Electric eel spirit. Owl spirit, you see clearly now. Libra got this. Pig spirit, use your mind wisely. Use your mind wisely. Is it wise? Is it wise to let your mind make you unhappy? Is it wise for you to be so stoic and logical that you stop yourself from doing things that feel good to you, that make you happy? Okay. I'm actually only going to read Transformation is Beautiful. I'm going to read the Queen of Wands card. And then we'll pull you a Work Your Light Oracle card. But these, bring your ideas to life. You see clearly now. Use your mind wisely. The numbers we've got here, number 11, we love that number. It talks about union. It could be two sides of yourself coming together. Butterfly, it's a Gemini energy for me, but it does sometimes talk to me about that Aquarian need to be original, to be different, to show your true colours, right? 24, 43, 47 could all be significant numbers for you. Could be somebody's birthday, I mean not 43, could be somebody's age. Could be a house number. Transformation is beautiful. Joy and the beautiful lightness of being alive and creative in the world is the focus when butterfly spirit flutters before you. Transformation is inevitable as you grow into your most beautiful, empowered self. Indeed, you will go through some uncomfortable stages as you let go of the forms of your life that no longer fit the new you. Even relationships must go through shifts to match your new emerging self. If you focus on the beauty and not the challenges, stop overthinking. Stop taking yourself too seriously, Aquarius, and choose to be playful, loving, and joyous. You will soon know the miracle your soul wants you to experience through you. Today is a day for joy, so alight. Look around and see the beauty that is everywhere and in everyone, including you. Do you know what? I'm giving you a hard time for overthinking, but I'm so much Libra in my chart and an Aquarius moon, so I overthink like crazy. Like I see both sides of a situation and then 5 of inspiration, 5 of swords in my own mind, like literally fighting with myself in my own head. So I understand that Aquarian energy of like overthinking, of wanting to rationalize, not wanting to be, you know, pulled around by baser emotions. They're not baser emotions, it depends how you use them. You know, if you're logical enough, you'll know that feelings are something that is there to assist you, you know, intuition, you know, these kind of things. So yeah, I'm giving you a hard time for it in the same way that I give Cancer hard times for being emotional wrecks. It's like Cancer can't help me in an emotional wreck. That's, you know, they're ruled by the moon. That's just how they are. Every emotion's all over the place. Again, depending on the full chart, but yeah, it's not fair for me to give you such a hard time, but you know, you do have the cognitive awareness to know when you're doing this to yourself, to know when you're getting trapped in your own head, and you need to come up with strategies, again, Swords energy strategies, to be able to break out of those negative patterns that keep you stuck and keep you small and keep you trapped, and stop you from coming out and being that gorgeous, quirky, original Aquarian self of yours. So get out of your own head when you feel yourself over-analysing is the message there. Going to be Queen of Wands. I love the Tarot de la Nuit. If you wanted to pick this one up, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous deck. Queen of Wands. I'm going to stand up for this one. Ooh. But just notice with the butterfly wings and the kind of, you know, so she's so confident. I love her. May the sunflowers dance. I bring light to this dark world. I make flowers grow. I make people dance. If you need warmth, inspiration, optimism, support, and encouragement, then you've come to the right place. I know that you have many ideas, many dreams. I want your ambition to shine. I want your power to show. I want your charisma to sparkle. Bathe yourself in my golden light, and confidence will be yours. I spread my vitality upon you. This is not a time to be shy or hesitant. You have to stand at the center of attention, the greatest star that you have to be, the superhero you have to be. A dream is only interesting when it becomes real, so make it real. I stand before you on this journey so that one day you too can make the world dance. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. You're gorgeous. Everybody's gorgeous. You know, everybody is gorgeous when they're authentic and when they show the you know, the true selves. Like, that's what makes us unique, wonderful, vibrant human beings. Okay, one more card for Aquarius, please. I'm going to take the one that's showing Deep Replenishment, because they're a bit stuck together with it being a new deck. You've also got get grounded and the initiation, rites of passage, crossing the threshold. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Okay, where is my new book for my new deck? What's that? Is that air energy? That looks like air energy, right? It's got this little symbol here. Right, no, actually, I think they all have that. I think it's just a symbol of the deck. Is it in alphabetical order? It is. No, it's not. Is it not? No, it's not. Well, that's helpful. Ugh. Bear with me. New deck. You know, 64. Oh, so close. Only five numbers away and we would have had the magic number. Retreat, rest, be held. The most selfless thing you can do is fill up your own inner well. When we are running around half filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing that we so deeply crave. Nothing can grow in barren lands. Just to say, no cups. No cups. You're basically being told to take a deep, dark dive, plunge into those emotional spaces that scare you so much. Nothing can grow in barren lands. If you're not feeling, then what do you want everybody else to fill you up emotionally? You have to be in that 9 of Cups energy, right, where you can find that yourself, you know, find your own well. You are no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, again back to the feminine, bountiful, fertile and rich. Sorry about the noise. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have to give multiplies. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. I'm going to have to shut the window. What is that noise? Okay, you're craving it because you're resisting it. You're craving it. It could be like you're strongly, like magnetically attached to somebody. Like you want somebody's love desperately. But it's because your own stocks have replenished. Maybe it could be that you're trapped in a relationship where there's no nurturing going on. You know, so you're looking for it elsewhere, but you have to find it within you before you can have it from anywhere else. You know, you can't fill up somebody else's cup. The 2 of Cups is 2 people filling up each other's cups. The 6 of Cups is 2 people, you know, lots of people like giving to each other equally. You can't be the only person stood there with the empty cup with nothing to give. You have to get back in touch with those emotions so you've got something to give back to other people. Because you've closed down. It could be, again, this feeling of like you've been hurt, so you've closed down. What nourishes you? What refuels your body? What nectar is for your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile, overspilling with life? It may be gardening, arranging flowers, getting a massage, using luxury essential oils, snuggling up on the couch, hiking, sipping a good coffee at your favourite cafe, attending a women's circle, reading about sacred rites, spontaneous bike rides, walking along the beach or yin yoga. What nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, again, medicine, we started the reading with medicine, right? You nourish all those around you, for there is more than enough to go around. Do something that deeply replenishes you today. So what emotionally replenishes you? It could be watching a movie that makes you cry every time, listening to a piece of music that touches you on an emotionally deep level. You need to be in touch with the inner feminine. So no matter how you identify he, she, they, you know, we all have that yin yang energy within us. We all have the masculine and the feminine within us. It's part of every single person. It's what makes us whole. And when we only see ourselves as half of that equation, you know, and we don't access that other half of ourselves, that's when we become half a person, you know, a shadow of ourselves. And that's what you've done, I'm afraid, Aquarius. You've completely... It could be that you're in a situation that's toxic, that needs to end, and you've emotionally withdrawn. You know, you've emotionally opted out of that situation. You've closed down a part of yourself. The only way to open that back up, I think, is to finally accept that something has to come to an end. For some of you, trust your own judgment. It could just be an end to it's an end to, it could even be that you've been this kind of Queen of Pentacles energy where you've been nurturing others, nurturing others, nurturing others, but you've not given yourself any of that nurturing. And what it's done is your well has ran dry. You know, you've got nothing left to give. So stop doing that. You know, put yourself first for a while. Go and have a spa day, whatever you need to do to replenish. But you need to open up those taps again. Okay? I hope this was helpful to you. I'm going to pull you a few more songs when I close out the reading. Go and check out that description box below where all your songs will be listed. There may just be something that jumps out to you there that's particularly helpful or gets you thinking about something. A bit of a tough reading, I'm afraid, Aquarius. I hope you don't think I've given you too hard a time, but you know, you've got your advice, you know what you have to do, I think. And again, trust if you can tap into that intuition with, you know, you're well completely closed, I'd encourage you to know which messages are for you and know which messages are for somebody else. It's a general reading, not everything will be for you. But I think actually getting in touch with that divine feminine, the emotional side within is good advice for everybody once in a while. So do take that forward. Best of luck with that, Aquarius. Take care and do the healing. Do the healing. But you got transformation as well there. Wanted to show itself with the butterfly. And yeah, take care. How do I do this? Can you see it? Bye, Aquarius.